Welcome, Clear Spring Roadrunners. This is Mrs. Kim. Thank you for joining me to practice the subtraction priority strategy. In this session, I will use the numbers 379, subtract 143. To get started, I want to create a context for these numbers. 379, I could have 379 new books at Clear Spring. Let's try that, new books. And I could say that 143 of those new books have been checked out since the beginning of the year. This will help me when I'm thinking about what parts of this problem do I know and what parts do I not know. I'm going to create a strip diagram to show the parts and the wholes. I know I have 379 books. I don't have any more or when I started any less, so I'm going to put 379 is the whole. That is all of the books that I have. I know part of those 379 books have been checked out of the library. So I'm going to put part of the books that have been checked out, 143. And this is the part I don't know. I don't know how many are left over. That's what I need to figure out. I can also show this using an addition problem. For example, one of my parts I do know, 143. One of my parts I don't know, and I know what my total is, which is 379. I know how much I have altogether. So we're going to use the number line to show the whole, how much we have. And you need to give yourself plenty of space. So I'm going to move my number line down. I think it's too far up. So I'm going to move it down here. So I want to show all of it, or the whole. Like I said, I have 379. I also know one part that was taken away or checked out. So I'm going to show that part about right here. Is 143, and that part was checked out, so I don't have those books anymore. They are gone. My job is to figure out what part is left over. What is the difference between 379 and 143? To get started on the number line, I want to consider those landmark or benchmark numbers that I can use, such as tens and hundreds. I know I can count from any given number by 10. I can also do that by 100. For example, if I look in the tens place, this number 40 in the tens place, or the 4-digit, if I add another group of 10, I can do that. That one is easy to count by. Hundreds are the same. I look in the hundreds place, and I can count by hundreds. I could start by counting by ones in this instance. 143, thinking about that number, I know that it's only 7 away from the number 150. So I could make a short jump to 150 and then get started. But for today's session, I think I want to take a bigger jump and jump by 100. I want to start at the hundreds place and get as much covered as I can. So I'm going to take one jump of 100. I'm going to take and that's 100. So now I'm landed on 243. If I take, I'm not quite there yet, so if I take another group of 100, I land on 343. I know I can't take another jump of 100 because I would go over 300, I'd be in the 400s, and I'm only supposed to get to 379. So as of now, we've jumped 200. So we've gone 200 jumps to find the difference between 143 and 379. My next step in place value is I'm going to use the tens place. So I'm at 40, or the 4-digit in the tens place. I'm going to jump one group of 10. So to jump one group of 10, I land on 353. I'm not quite there yet, so I need to jump another group of 10. and I land on 363. A third jump of 10, I would land on 373. I know I'm not quite there yet. I'm at 373. I need to get to 379. So what I notice is that my hundreds place value is the same. My tens place value is the same. I need to start working in the ones place value. So I can no longer jump by tens or hundreds. I need to jump by ones. So I know that 3 plus 6 will give me 9. So I'm going to make a jump of 6 here. So this jump equals 6 plus 6. I am now at 379. Earlier I jumped 2 groups of 100, which is 200. Then I jumped 3 groups of 10, which is 30. And then I jumped a group of 6. This equation, or this expression right here, 200 plus 30 plus 6, is the amount of jumps it took me from 143 to 379 to find the difference between those two numbers. So if I add 200 plus 30 plus 6, I get 236. 236 books that were left over. So 236 is the missing part in my strip diagram here. I knew 143 had been checked out. 236 were left over, which makes a total of 379 new books that Clear Spring received at the beginning of the year. Now it's your turn to continue to practice the subtraction priority strategies in workstations at school and at home. If you need reminders for the subtraction priority strategy, please revisit this video or other videos in this series. Thank you, Roadrunners. This is Mrs. Kim, your Clear Spring Math Coach.